Jon Jones just pulled out of his fight at UFC 295 due to a pectoral tear, and Stipe has declined to face the step-in opponent of Sergei Pavlovich. So now Tom Aspinall has stepped up to face Sergei Pavlovich for the interim title in the co-main event of UFC 295. And the main event has been replaced by the previous co-main event of Jiri Prochazka versus Alex Pereria for the light heavyweight belt. So let's talk about the matchup between Sergei and Aspinall and see who's more likely to win. I personally would probably pick Sergei Pavlovich to check check Aspinall with a counter left hook as Aspinall is darting in. I think he's gonna get probably another round 1 TKO. Pavlovich has 6 of them in a row. The longest active knockout streak in UFC, and I think he's gonna be too rangy, too powerful for Aspinall, because Aspinall has this horrible habit of leaving his chin in the air. He leaves his chin a bit too high, and I think it's gonna cost him dearly in this matchup. We saw in the Marcin-Tybura fight, Tybura was able to check Aspinall with a couple of, it was only 2 hooks, but still, if you're getting caught by 2 hooks against Tybura, you're going to be able to get caught by one of Pavlovich's hooks. Sergei's hooks. His last name's too damn hard to say. Pavlovich. Anyway. Sergei's going to catch him with a left hook. Obviously, Aspinall's going to have a different game plan than he had against Tybura, because Tybura, just a typical fat old middleweight, shouldn't be in the UFC anymore. Although heavyweight is such a shallow division, I guess he's somehow good enough to stay in there, which speaks to how low the talent pool is in heavyweight. But anyways, if Aspinall cannot fight Sergei the way he fought Tybura, he's going to have to mix it up a bit. I hear my laundry beeping in the background. He's going to have to mix it up a bit. Use his clinch like he did against Sergei Spivak. That's the one. He's going to have to clinch like he did against Sergei Spivak. Knee to the body, elbows off the break, and then possibly go for trips and sweeps, just to get Pavlovich thinking about it and second guessing Aspinall's drive to get it to the ground. He's gonna have to get it into the mind of Pavlovich that he has to fear the takedown, fear getting tripped or swept or something like that, because we know how good Aspinall's jiu-jitsu is. Getting that, what was it, a straight armbar over Alexander Volkov? Absolutely amazing. We just saw how good Volkov is as he dominated Tai Tuivasa, and that win has aged really well for Aspinall. So it's all going to come down to Aspinall's game plan and his ability to suppress his habit of leaving his chin in the air. If he can do that, I think he can win. But I just have more trust in Sergei's ability to catch Aspinall than I do Aspinall changing his fight style in, 2.5 weeks? But he could pull it off. He has a good fight IQ. He has good people around him to help him come up with a good game plan. It's all about if he can overcome the moment and implement it when that cage door shuts. Because I think he's going to take a lot of inspiration from what Curtis Blaydes was doing in his fight. Curtis Blaydes was tagging Pavlovich with some good shots before he ultimately got caught. And that's because Blades was letting Pavlovich come forward to him. Normally, you see like guys like Tai Tuivasa, Derek Lewis crashing towards Pavlovich because they're also power punchers and they're brawlers. So they want to meet with Pavlovich, and that's why Pavlovich, his range, his ability to slip the shorter punches of his opponents and counter with his long hooks. That's how he dominates fighters in less than a minute, like Tai Tuivasa, Derek Lewis. And that's why Curtis Blades has more success. Although he still got finished in like 3 minutes, but he lasted much longer than Lewis and Tuivasa because of his game plan. Now, I believe that Tom Aspinall is a much better striker than Curtis Blades is. Blades is fairly unathletic, a little chubby, not that quick. Aspinall has got that fast twitch, Chad, stoic, Anglo genes in him. He's got that ability to dart in and out. He does a lot of feints with his whole body. He just moves in and out really well. He's much faster than Pavlovich. The only problem is that he leaves his chin up. And that's why Tybura was able to tag him a couple times before Aspinall was able to get Tybura out of there. So if Aspinall can be a little more patient, let Pavlovich come towards him and try to slip a punch and then maybe get him in the clinch, knees to the body, elbows, trips, sweeps. I think that's how he can win. Although he may not have, or Pavlovich may have the grappling to stop Aspinall from engaging in the clinch and getting too much success there, because he has a judo background, I believe. A lot of people undercut Sergei's grappling because of that fight against Alistair Overeem, where he got taken down and ground and pounded in the first round. But you have to keep in mind that was 5 years ago, and Sergei took that on short notice. So there were a bunch of factors that led to him losing the way he did against Overeem. So I think this fight is fairly close. I would probably give it like 60-40 in terms of odds in favor of Pavlovich. But it's anyone's match. Both can absolutely win this fight. Both are outside of Jones. These are the two best heavyweights. It's not Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane would get smoked by both of these guys, not because it's necessarily of his skill, although I do think these guys are both have more skill than Gane overall. It's because Gane's mindset. Gane's mindset is weakness. He just straight up admitted to being a coward. He's the number 1 ranked contender, and he believes he deserves a shot after beating Sergei Spivak, who was ranked 8, 7 when they fought. And Gane believes that he deserves a title shot off of that victory after getting absolutely dominated by Jon Jones in his previous fight. Just pathetic mindset. Absolutely mega cringe. I don't understand how Gane can be or has any fans. I mean, he had the perfect opportunity to call out Aspinall at UFC Paris when he had dominated Sergei Spivak. I mean, he had an amazing performance, and Aspinall was right there waiting for him for Gane to be like, hey, this is the guy I'm going to fight next. I'm going to beat this guy and then get my title shot again. Gane didn't do that at all. He was a complete coward. And then said in an interview with Ariel Helwani that he doesn't want to fight Pavlovich or Aspinall because they're too dangerous. And he just wants to wait for his next title shot. So I'm glad the UFC isn't giving Gane this opportunity. Completely undeserving. These two guys are way more deserving. These two guys are real fighters, putting everything on the line, stepping up to the plate like men. Although Gon can't help it because he's French. I mean, I don't really blame him. If I was French, I'd be a coward too. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see who's gonna win this matchup, and I'm so excited for it. I think this is much better fight than Jones versus Stipe. Although it's not as obviously not as big, it won't sell as many pay-per-views. I think for the hardcore fans, it's much more interesting. It's gonna be a lot of fun. See ya.